What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. Today is Friday, the 9th of April, 2021. Just completed the first full work week in crypto world for April, that is. So Bitcoin still teetering around that, between that 56 to 60K mark. And over the past 24 hours, sideways trading at 1%. Same thing for Ethereum. Binance Coin still pumping crazy. Congratulations to all the Binance Coin back holders. XRP back in the top 4, pumping again off of news with the SEC and their lawsuit. Polkadot trading sideways. So we have a mixture of sideways trading in the red and green throughout the top 20. All right, a few coins here and there posting some double-digit gains like Filecoin, and we're seeing Solana is up almost 10% on the 24 hours. VeChain is up 9% in 24 hours. So yeah, so a mixture of red and green throughout the top 20. All right, let's get into it. All right, coming from Decrypt, Bitcoin reaching a tipping point, Fidelity Digital Assets head says. So he's saying that because of all the easy money that's happening right now, Fidelity Digital Assets, they are pointing people towards Bitcoin. And this is why I tell people that Bitcoin should be valued at, when you're talking about a dollar denominated value of Bitcoin, I tell people that, to me, it should be anywhere 80K and above, or like 75K and above for the price of Bitcoin. This, flirting with the 60K mark is pretty much stupid in my opinion. But, big market whales can manipulate the market. And that's what's probably happening right now because they want to pick up as much Bitcoin as humanly possible. Right? So according to Tom Jessup, head of Fidelity Digital Assets, Bitcoin adoption has reached a tipping point thanks to an environment of unprecedented monetary and fiscal stimulus. Just like I've stated, man, with the continuous currency printing, we're going to see things like Bitcoin, like the stock market, right? Where you have assets, real assets, inflate in price because people want to protect their wealth by keeping real asset, not keeping currency. All right, so last month, multinational investment bank Citibank released a report entitled Bitcoin at the Tipping Point, in which it said that the flagship cryptocurrency could not only achieve mainstream adoption, but may also be considered a facilitator of future global trade. This part right here, a facilitator of future global trade. I remember going over this article about Citibank and their report and stating that they see Bitcoin basically as the new reserve currency of the world, where countries will be able to do trade with each other using Bitcoin. And we're seeing that currently happen right now with quote unquote sanctioned countries where they are able to trade on a global scale using Bitcoin because no one controls Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, if you believe in Bitcoin, you believe in peace. If you believe in Bitcoin, you believe in the future of the world and you believe in the future of humanity. And where no one country, no one entity has the right to block someone else from trying to feed themselves. All right. Earlier this year, we saw BY Mellon, the oldest bank in the U.S., announce plans to store and manage Bitcoin on behalf of its clients, with Guy Hirsch, U.S. Managing Director at eToro, telling Decrypt that this move feels like a tipping point in the market. So the point of this article, no pun intended, all right, of this article is that Bitcoin is at its tipping point right now. And we're going to see things take off in a matter of weeks or months. We're going to see it blow up, okay? In a good way, that is. Next, coming from Decrypt again today, publicly listed Me2, or My2, depends on how you pronounce it, now holds 100 million in Bitcoin and Ethereum. The Chinese tech firm today announced that it made another crypto investment. So they are the MicroStrategy of the East. They are purchasing as much crypto as possible, except they have Ethereum on their balance sheet as well. So Chinese tech company Me2 today announced that it has invested more cash in crypto with a $10 million Bitcoin buy. The publicly listed company now owns $100 million worth of Bitcoin and Ethereum as part of its cryptocurrency investment plan. So that's part of its plan, is to invest in cryptocurrencies and hold on to these cryptocurrencies. When I did that video on them a couple of weeks ago, they even stated that they see this as the forming of the new internet, where the tech boom of the late 90s, early 2000s, if you got in on the right play, you basically 100x, 200x your money, with the likes of like Amazon and eBay and all these other companies, that stuck around since the dot-com boom. So this is what their thinking is that we're now in the future of what the internet is going to be, the internet of value. The Fujian-based company said that it invested because the board takes the view of that blockchain technology has a potential to disrupt both existing financial and technology industries, similar to the manner in which mobile internet has disrupted the PC internet and many other offline industries. So there you go. All right, so they're putting their money where their mouth is. Next, again from Decrypt, Ukrainian officials own $2.67 billion in Bitcoin, according to a report. Just 3 public officials in the Ukraine account for $1.7 billion worth of Bitcoin between them, according to their declarations. So because they are public servants, they have to announce the amount of investments, announce the investments that they have, the types of investments that they have, and disclose it to the public. And just 3 of them holds $1.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. All right, so civil servants and officials in Ukraine are holding significant amount of Bitcoin and other digital assets, and some of them can even be considered whales, local data and analytics platform Open Data Bot reported yesterday. I mean, with this news coming out yesterday, you would think that the Bitcoin price would have skyrocketed, where you have officials in countries stating that they own Bitcoin, and they not just own like a little bit of Bitcoin, they own a lot of Bitcoin. News like this is why I say this market is not rational in any sense whatsoever, because with the news like this coming out, the price should pump. All right, but if they had said that they were selling their Bitcoin, or they think that Bitcoin is crap, Bitcoin would have taken a dump. And so it doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense. Bitcoin should be trading at like 75, 80K right now. But I'm gonna keep stacking my stats anyway. 46,351 Bitcoin is accrued in the declarations of civil servants for 2020 as of April 5th, 2021. This is almost 75 billion. I'm not going to say that. That's their currency. Hryvnias. Okay. Open.bot noted in dollar terms. This means, there we go. They have the equivalent of $2.6 billion worth of Bitcoin at today's prices, counting only those who officially declared their Bitcoin holdings. So maybe even some people are holding out and not even declaring it. Because hey, as long as they don't spend it or whatever the case is, right? And people can't associate them with their wallets, no one will ever know. Notably, only 652 officials reported owning the cryptocurrency out of 791,872 in total. Speaking to Decrypt, Max Krupshiev, CEO of crypto payments processor Coinbase, noted that Ukraine has always been very active in the crypto field, so it's not surprising that the country's public officials aren't strangers to the cryptocurrency. And this is the bags that they hold right here, broken down. As you see, Bitcoin is a majority. Bitcoin Cash, they have some IOTA, they have some Monero, all right, Stellar, ADA, and Ethereum is the second big bag, all right, and they have Litecoin as the third big bag. So there you have it. There you have it. So again, with great news like this, you would think that, the price would pump. But hey, it is what it is. NFT minting costs on Ethereum too damn high. This startup has a fix. Immutable, the developer behind NFT trading card game Gods Unchained, just launched a layer 2 protocol that promises fast, gas-free transactions. This is great news again for the NFT space, for Ethereum, because guess what? No one wants to be playing a video game and then have to pay $100 for a transaction within that video game. That is just stupid, okay? So for them to come out with a layer 2 solution is awesome, and it will not only help their game, but will also help other people in the NFT space as well. I have NFTs myself. I have them listed on Referral, and then I try to list them on OpenSea yesterday, and just to get that transaction, get it listed on OpenSea was going to cost me over $150 in Ethereum gas fees. Ridiculous. And if you want to check out my NFTs, go check them out at Referral.com. All right, just search Sergeant Crypto, you'll find them. But yeah, crazy to think that you have to pay so much for just listing your NFTs. Okay. The company has developed a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum called Immutable X. It launched today and aims to enable larger scale processing transactions for crypto collectible non-fungible tokens and blockchain driven video games. Yeah, like I state, man, you don't want to be playing a video game and then be charged, $5 for every little transactions or $100 for a transaction. It's just dumb. All right. They have great partnerships. They have a partnership with OpenSea. OpenSea is going to be using them. Projects that have already committed to using Immutable X include NFT Marketplace like as OpenSea and Mintable, as well as many as the developers of such Ethereum-driven games as Guild of Guardians and Illuvium. So yeah, good news again. And I like this part right here. This is from someone high up over there at Immutable X at Gods Unchained. All right, the security of this future. The security of this future world should not be owned by large corporations, owned by venture capitalists, owned by a government, or by one individual, Ferguson said. This is why they are developing their layer 2 solutions, because we have the likes of Matic and a lot of other layer 2 solutions right now that are venture capitalists owned, that are owned by one entity or owned by one company, all right, one large organization. They're saying that, hey, a layer 2 solution for Ethereum should be accessible to the world and shouldn't be owned by anyone. And I agree with them. This is what decentralization is all about. That's why we're in the crypto space in the first place. We don't want to be controlled by a single entity. We don't want to be told what to do. Okay, we want to be able to have access to these things and participate in these markets without being told that we cannot participate in these markets. It has to live on something truly decentralized, owned by the world. That's why we've chosen to scale Ethereum rather than move to a sidechain like Matic or move to a VC-owned centralized blockchain. Agreed with him 100%. All right, next. Miners are hoarding Bitcoin from record daily earnings. And we're seeing that miners aren't selling off right now. All right, they're holding their Bitcoin, and you know why that's the thing? They're able to borrow against their Bitcoin now. So that supply crunch is going to come sooner or later. It's going to come sooner rather than later, in my opinion. But we're seeing that miners are holding on to their Bitcoin. They're not selling them anymore to fund their to fund their facilities, to fund their operations. They're basically able to go to the public markets in some cases of miners that are actually publicly traded on stock exchanges. They could sell more stock, all right, to raise the funds that they need to fund their operations. Okay, so again, miners are holding on to their Bitcoin. We have Square buying up Bitcoin. We have the likes of PayPal buying up Bitcoin. Where are they going to get the Bitcoin from to sell on their platform? All right, where are they going to get it from if miners are holding on to their Bitcoin? And we're seeing all the time from exchanges, Bitcoin leaving the exchanges. That supply crunch is coming sooner or later. And this is the chart here on from Glassnode, right? Showing that miners are actually holding on to the Bitcoin. Next, this is something about this is from Glassnode, and just wanted to show you guys that the big active daily addresses for Bitcoin is basically increasing. But I have one last thing to show you guys. All right, coming from talking about the Coinbase valuation, it's either valued between 68 billion or 100 billion right now. Okay, the valuation of them going public. They have their IPO next week on the 14th. I'm sorry, the 14th of April, and basically that means that they'll be selling the shares at anywhere between $300 to $400 per share. Well, if they're already valued at $100 billion, how much more room do you think that they'll have to grow? Do you think that they'll be able to 10x from there and go to $1 trillion company within like a year or two? All right, in my opinion, no. This is why I will be participating in this right here. The Exodus public offering is live in the USA. So, go to exodus.io. There's no referral link or anything like that. This is just their wallet, their desktop wallet. They even have the mobile app. All right. And basically create a profile, and you're able to buy shares in a company that is truly for the community, that is not valued at $100 billion already, that has plenty of room to grow, in my opinion. Not financial advice, of course. Check them out. Okay. So yeah, this is why I kept this up here. Just wanted to show you guys that yes, even though Coinbase is going, is valued right now at $100 billion or so, right? Can you really truly see it going to $1 trillion company? Maybe yes in the next 10 years, but that 10x, right? Here in crypto world, a 10x happens, in a few months. A 10x happens in like a day or two. So if you want to be able to maximize your gains as much as possible, in my opinion, I'm not going to be participating, and buying up shares of the Coinbase IPO. All right. Plus, IPOs have to be enlisted. Anyway, they drop 30 to 40% after being listed, and you better believe that a lot of these early investors, okay, that were able to get in before they went public, are going to be de-risking. Okay, they're going to be de-risking, and within the first 90 days, you're going to see it, drop, because people are going to be, selling their bags to retail investors. All right. Let's discuss it in the comment section below. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching. It's Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.